And hello again, everybody. David Clary along with Tyler Trent. Ben Thomas up here at Blankenship Field getting set for Wildcat football, the third game of the 2016 season. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge taking on their longtime rivals, longtime in terms of 1977. And it doesn't go really back to the 40s or 50s, but it seems like we've been playing them a long time. It's a big rivalry. The Wildcats have dominated the series, but as of late, Tyler Trent, the Wildcats have struggled against the Admirals.
They have 8 of the last 10 the Admirals have taken, and that was after a string of about 14 straight victories from the Wildcats. And Farragut, they've had a run of a lot of talent and just seem to have had Oak Ridge's number for the past 10 years.
The Oak Ridge band is filing off the field here. The Wildcats 2-0, the Farragut Admirals 2-0. They struggled last week against Gibbs. Coach Gaddis said on the pregame just a moment ago that they really just kind of were sleepwalking through the first half, kind of turned it on, scored 24 unanswered points to win the ball game. This is a team that, as Coach Gaddis probably was thinking, they probably were looking past perhaps Gibbs to this big night because, you know, this has always been a big rival for them in all sports.
Well, it's definitely one that's usually circled on the calendar for both teams, and especially for Farragut in the past. I think they were down by 2 scores at one point to Gibbs last week before they finally woke up and were able to take on. Either way, it should be a great game tonight.
Let me ask you, the Wildcats are wearing their brand new jerseys out there, the gray jerseys with a little bit of cardinal. What's your thoughts on those?
Well, I'm a big proponent of the gray uniforms, Dave. I just think they're a nice little flash, a little something different, and you know, especially the kids playing, they always love a different uniform. It really doesn't matter what it is; it gets them excited, and anything that gets the players excited is a good thing.
Farragut has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so the Wildcats will be receiving, and we're about to have football for you. Nice crowd forming here on the home side for sure. Lots of fans have made the way to Blankenship Field. This is the second consecutive home game. Next week, the Wildcats at home as well against the Anderson County Mavericks as the Wildcats prepare to kick things off here, or they'll prepare to receive the ball from the Farragut Admirals. One thing Coach Gaddis said, typical Farragut team, Tyler. They've got a good kicker, they've got a good punter, and that's no big shock. That's the way it's always been with them.
Oh, they've always had outstanding kickers, and they have a good running back a lot of years. I don't know who's going to replace, is it Tanner Thomas? Is that who it was?
Yes, it was.
Last year, and he was quite a running back. The other captains for Oak Ridge, by the way, were number 25, Caleb Jackson, and number 74, Brenner Mua.
One thing that Coach Gaddis has said about this team, and you know this very well, even back in the days when you were playing, Farragut has had a big line the last couple of years.
Yes.
They're not as big this year as they have been in previous years. As we're about to get underway here from Blankenship Field on FM 92.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15 on the Fox and Farley Friday football edition of Wildcat football. Farragut band is in good sound and they're making lots of noise. We expect to hear them and see them perform at halftime as we're about to get underway here. Wildcats, one thing that's going to be a little bit difficult, Tyler, the numbers, the new numbers are a little harder to see.
They are a little harder to make out, Dave.
Ball's on the tee. Oak Ridge and Farragut kicking it off right now, and the ball is on its way. It's a high kick, angling over to the right side, fielded by the Wildcats at the goal line, and that'll be a touchback, and the Wildcats will have it. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball will be at the 20-yard line. We appreciate you listening wherever you might be. I know this game is also being televised, but my suggestion, Tyler, and I do this all the time, watch the television, turn down the sound, and listen to our broadcast.
Absolutely. I used to do it with John Ward at UT all the time. And I do it occasionally with Bob Kessling as well, but mute the TV and listen to the radio broadcast. More exciting, I think.
Johnny Stewart is the quarterback for the Wildcats. We'll set the other starters in a moment. The Wildcats will split receivers off left and right. The backfield split once again, quarterback under center, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle for a gain of about 3 yards, moving the ball closer to the 23-yard line. Johnny Stewart moving the ball for a gain of about 3.
Johnny Stewart fakes the slant pass there, acts like he's going to hand it off to Jordan Graham, just turns, I don't know if it's a broken play or not, turns and runs upfield for about a 4-yard gain, Dave.
The Wildcats moving from right to left as you're looking down from the home side. The ball is at the 23-yard line. It'll be second down, and we'll call it just a little bit farther to go, 6 yards to go. Here comes the handoff, and once again, ball carrier moves the ball up to around the 28-yard line before the stop is made by the Admirals. Wildcats, as we mentioned, wearing their gray jerseys with white and cardinal trim. Farragut wearing their silver and blue. The stars on the helmet for the Farragut Admirals. The Farragut Admiral uniforms really haven't changed much in several years.
No, they're they're kind of iconic around these parts, much like the Dallas Cowboy uniforms, which I believe they're modeled after, and they haven't changed for a long time.
Third down, 2 yards to go for Oak Ridge. Quarterback will sneak the ball forward, and that is a first down carry for the big quarterback. There's a lot of question marks coming into the season. Who was going to be the quarterback this year? And, if you got T. Higgins, I know you and Lucas talk about this a lot. If you got T. Higgins and the other guys that they had to throw to, I mean, you can do good things. And Johnny's done well the first two ball games.
Well, and one of the things I've been most impressed with Johnny Stewart in the first two ball games is just how poised he seems back there. He's very calm, just doesn't get rattled back there.
Ball's at the 31-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Quick screen pass is complete to the big man. T. Higgins across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Pushed out of bounds at around the 47. That is enough for another 10 bank of Oak Ridge. First down.
Just a quick out to T. Higgins there. He does the rest of the work. Nice blocking on the outside. Picked up one, couldn't tell who it was. One of his receivers or slot backs, and takes it for about 10 or 15 yards and a nice first down.
Remember, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be awarding the Fox and Farley Friday Night Football Player of the Game. And I'll let you handle those duties. I'll let you be responsible for the parents and grandparents who you don't pick their kid. I'll let you do that.
Well, I appreciate that, Dave.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats at their own 48-yard line. Handoff goes once again straight up the middle. That'll be Jackson moving across midfield, moving the ball into Admiral territory, down close to the 47-yard line. Jackson, another sophomore, and we talked about this, well, you and Lucas have talked about this quite a bit. Sophomore skill guys. The Wildcats have quite a few great outstanding talents.
Save for two senior linemen and T. Higgins, the rest of the offense is underclassmen, sophomores and juniors, and they've got a lot of young talent right now.
From the 47-yard line of Farragut, up to the line once again. Kimbrough comes in motion. The handoff will go once again to Jackson, I believe, and this time nothing at all, and kind of stuck at the middle part of the line. As you can see, the Farragut line not nearly as big as some Farragut lines we've seen.
No, Farragut lines in the past have been just monsters. I mean, even when I played, they had some 6'5", 6'6" guys that went close to 300 pounds. Oak Ridge, so far tonight, using a lot of misdirection on their runs. They've done some of the toss traps and things of that nature, which is, a staple of this offense that Oak Ridge is running.
Third down, 3 yards to go, 9:38 to play here in the first quarter, just underway from Blankenship Field. Stewart pass is going to be caught. No, it's dropped. It's actually behind the line of scrimmage, a screen. T moves the ball forward and kind of fumbles the ball forward. And let's see who's got the ball. Farragut says they have it. Ball was initially dropped. It was, I guess, considered a lateral, and then he was able to fall on it and move the ball forward, and I believe Oak Ridge has a first down. Kind of a weird-looking play.
Yeah, very strange turn of events there. They just ran another quick out, this time to the offense's left side to T. Higgins. Couldn't quite hold on to it. The referees deemed that it was a backwards pass. He bobbled it, falls on it, and like I said, first down Oak Ridge.
Ball is just shy of the Farragut 40-yard line. We'll call it the 41. Once again, receivers left and right for Oak Ridge, 1st and 10. And this time Stewart will pass across the way. Pass is caught for another first down across the 30 up to the 27-yard line. And another nice throw, this time different receiver.
Yeah, Caleb Martin this time on the receiving end of that slant pass. Just a quick fire by Johnny Stewart right on the money. We have a Farragut player down on the field.
Why don't we take a quick timeout as they attend to the injured Farragut player. You're listening to Fox and Farley's Friday Night Football. We have no score here from Blankenship Field. Oak Ridge first down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the Farragut 28-yard line. Moving towards the opposite end of the Jackson Square. Stewart under center. Once again, receivers left and right. Man comes in motion once again. And Stewart will pass, has some pressure, goes across the middle. Pass is incomplete. Wide open man in the middle part, but just unable to get the pass to him.
Yeah, it's another one that we've been watching it all year. I believe that was Chase Kimbrough, one of your A-backs or slot players, as you say. And he just running the seam route right down the middle. A play that I love seeing, but we just weren't able to connect.
Second down, 10 yards to go. We've had 8 minutes and 52 seconds to play in the first quarter here from Blankenship Field. Wildcats from the 28-yard line. Stewart looks over the front, set by the Farragut Admirals. Once again, man comes in motion. Stewart will roll to his left. Might have been a busted play. Moves the ball forward across the 25 up to around the 20. Around the 30, looking at it, around the 30, 8-yard line. A little bit different angle here, Tyler. It'll be 3rd down, 4 yards to go.
Yeah, Jordan Graham came in motion on that play. We haven't actually seen him yet run the ball tonight. I don't know if that's by design or not, but a very electric player that I'm sure will become a big part of this game plan before long.
T. Higgins split out to the far right for the Wildcats. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. And once again, the pitch will go this time to the right side. That'll be Oak Ridge's Jordan Graham moving the ball across the 20-yard line up to the 15, down to around the 13-yard line, and that is another 10 bank of Oak Ridge, 1st down.
And there was Jordan Graham right on cue, a toss off the right side. He uses his speed to get the corner, picked up a nice block on the outside, and it's going to be 1st down Wildcats from about the 13-yard line.
8 minutes, 12 seconds to play here in the 1st quarter. The Wildcats taking the opening kickoff and have moved the ball inside the 20-yard line, as Tyler mentioned. Here they come to the line. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Once again, Stewart with Kimbrough in motion, and Kimbrough gets the call right up the gut, moves the ball close to the 10-yard line before he's tackled by the Admirals at that point. Time-consuming drive for the Wildcats, and one of the things that Coach Gaddis likes about this offense, obviously he's always liked to run the ball, but it works the time off the clock.
Well, one of our biggest issues last week was how quickly we were scoring. Our defense in the first half played 42 snaps to our offense's only 17, and you could tell by all the cramps that our defense was gassed last week. So a nice clock-chewing drive I'm sure Coach likes to see.
Mark Kachoha back to the right side as a wide receiver. Stewart rolls, and he's tripped up on a very nice play by the Farragut Admirals. Just not quick enough to get to the corner there, and he's tripped up for a loss on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down facing the Wildcats. A ways to go. 3rd down at about 13, actually 14 yards to go. 7:07 to play. Just could not elude that one man.
No, number 1 came off the edge. I believe I heard Cooper Harden is his name for Farragut. Just chased down the backside as Johnny Stewart was rolling out to his left and just barely grabbed onto his shoelaces there and tripped Johnny up.
Jarrett Minor will drift off as a receiver to the right along with T. Higgins. The Wildcats up to the line. 3rd down, 14 yards to go. Ball is resting right at the 18-yard line. Stewart to pass. Has time across the middle. Pass is going to be caught. Touchdown, Oak Ridge! T. Higgins in the end zone, and the Wildcats are on the board with 6:38 to play in the 1st quarter. Nice pass, nice catch by T. Higgins, and Oak Ridge has the lead.
Yeah, very nice execution there by the Wildcats. T. Higgins lined up in the slot, comes across the middle of the field. Johnny Stewart with a strike over the middle in the sure hands of T. Higgins. Pull it in for Oak Ridge. Touchdown with 6 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter.
Reedy to hold. Carson McGee to attempt. The ball is down. The kick is on its way. It's up, and it is good. With time on the field, our score, 6 minutes, 38 seconds to play in the 1st quarter. The Oak Ridge Wildcats lead the Farragut Admirals, and we'll be back to Blankenship Field in 60 seconds.
I can. I'm doing this. Yeah.
6 minutes, 38 seconds to play, 1st quarter. An extended break here. The Admirals dropping back to receive the kick from the Wildcats. The Oak Ridge Band firing up here. Nice crowd on the home side. The Wildcats have filled it up here at Blankenship Field.
Yeah, great crowd on the home side. Tonight the Hill has even got quite a few people on it, and they're making a little noise over there tonight, Dave.
Here's a kick. It's high. It's going to be short. Fielded and bouncing at around the 10-yard line. Picked up there. Mark Kachoha tries to keep him on the sidelines, and he does, and he slings him out of bounds. It'll be Farragut taking over. 1st down, 10 yards to go.
Number 4, Davis Simmons for Farragut on the return, and Mark Choha making the tackle. Oak Ridge will come out on defense with Farragut backed up deep into their own territory.
6.5 minutes to play, 1st quarter, 7-0. The Wildcats in the lead. 8 out of the last 10 times the two teams have played, Tyler, Farragut has won the ball game, and as Coach Gaddis said, that is totally unacceptable.
Absolutely. I know, Dave, I played in a time, we talked about it before the game, where you just didn't lose to Farragut. We'd beaten them 14 straight times in that span, and Coach Gaddis, his first stint here, you just don't lose to Farragut. And look forward to Oak Ridge trying to get back to those ways.
Penalty yards being stepped off against the Admirals. They're going to step it back inside the 15-yard line. Put it down officially at the 9-yard line. Half the distance to the go, holding the call against the Farragut Admirals. Here comes Farragut to the line. They'll come from the shotgun. Receivers left and right. Quarterback will roll to his left. Tries to turn the corner. In pursuit come the Wildcats, and then the stop is made by Oak Ridge right at around, looks like Kalen Thompson, around the 16 or 17 yard line. And another flag goes down on the play.
Yeah, what I can only assume is going to be some sort of holding or block in the back. Oak Ridge, just no contained player off the offense's left side, just completely released there with plenty of running room. We'll see what the officials say as he's going to make his call.
It is a televised game, so let's see if it's on the PA system. It's going to be face mask against the Wildcats, and that is going to give them automatically a first down, of course. 6:23 to play, so a couple penalties back-to-back. Speaking of penalties, and just not a pretty game, last night's game, the Vols. You know, hopefully we won't have any kind of a game like that.
Yeah, ugly game to watch. Credit Appalachian State, they came to play.
Up to the line they'll come. Once again, officially the line of scrimmage will be the 21-yard line. Once again, they'll bring them up from the shotgun. Two receivers to the right. Quarterback will pass. Now rolls to his right. Nobody comes open. Now fires a pass. Is going to be caught in the flats. And then a stop is made at around the 30-yard line. Driven out of bounds at around the 31. And that time it looks like nothing initially, and then was able to find his man. It's a nice gain for the Admirals. And they'll come up to the line quickly.
Yeah, Jared Miner with the tackle there for Oak Ridge. Farragut's quarterback, number 19, Adam Fulton, just making something out of nothing there, scrambling to his right until he found a receiver open in the flats.
Fulton is 6'2", 215-pound senior. They're going to bring the chains onto the field for a measurement. Remember, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be awarding the Fox and Farley Friday Night Football Player of the Game. And once again, I'm putting that on your shoulders. Are you up for it?
Oh, I'm up for it. I'm definitely up for it. You know, we kind of, the first week, we kind of had a toss-up with T. Higgins and Jordan Graham, but T did break the all-time receiving leader category in Oak Ridge history, so we felt pretty good giving it to him that night. And last week, it was once again between Jordan Graham and Kendall Clark, and we talked about giving a co-MVP, but Jordan Graham's impactful performance in the first half kind of gave him the nod last week. We'll see what happens tonight.
Just shy of the first down. It'll bring up second down and less than a yard to go for Farragut, trailing Oak Ridge with 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Nice night out here tonight.
Beautiful night. The weather has really turned from last week. As hot as it was last week, I think we're probably already, if we're not below 80, we're close to below 80 out here, and it's just a great night for some high school football.
Davis Simmons is a receiver. He is 6'2", 195 pounds. One thing I've noticed, this is a senior-laden Farragut team, but as Coach Gaddis has said, not nearly as big as some of the previous teams the Wildcats have faced in the last several years. Up to the line they'll come from the shotgun. Once again, Adam Fulton at quarterback. One lone running back, receivers left and right. Do you like this offense they run?
I do like the offense, especially the different possibilities it gets you can get from it. You can still get the ball to T. Higgins. There's a lot of misdirection, and we haven't had a ton of size on the offensive line in the past few years, and this allows for more athletic offensive linemen.
Handoff goes to the back, and there's the first down, but not a whole lot of yardage. The stop is made, I believe, by Waters. He might have been the first man to hit him, and that is the case. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go for Farragut. The ball is at their own 32-yard line, heading towards Jackson Square as they quickly come to the line once again. In the backfield is Cooper Harden, 6'1", 223-pound senior. They're going to pass once again across the way. Pass is caught, I believe. Dropped by number 23, Braden Collins, 6', 178-pound junior. Not a bad looking pass there, a little bit low, incomplete. Brings up second down and 10 yards to go. Another flag down on the play.
And Chase Kimbrough came in there and made contact right as he was trying to catch the football. Looked like a great defensive play. We'll see. We're going to have a holding call against Farragut. It'll back him up 10 yards.
Ball is walked back by the officials back to the 20-yard line. 7-0 Oak Ridge. If you just tuned in, we're broadcasting on FM 92.7, Fox and Farley's Friday Night Football. Appreciate you listening to our broadcast tonight. Here they come to the line once again. Ball is at the 20-yard line. Once again, from the shotgun, fires a pass, is going to be incomplete once again. Intended for Braden Collins once again. That was a line drive bullet pass, and he couldn't make the catch.
That was a line drive bullet pass. You know, Farragut replacing some key playmakers off of last year's team. We mentioned the running back Tanner Thomas. They also replaced senior quarterback and the defensive end, Cole Strange. Is that Cole Strange? Big time player for them last year.
Second down, 22 yards to go. This time the handoff to the back. He can't get past the line of scrimmage. He is dropped at that point. Stopped by Waters once again and others. And Kendall Clark, who, what a game he had last week. All those takeaways and a touchdown. What a night for the senior. Prep Extra Defensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, Kendall Clark had 3 fumble recoveries, 1 forced fumble, and a touchdown to go along with, I think, 8 or 9 tackles. He's all over the place every week, Dave.
Third down, 20 yards to go. The ball just basically across the 20. Back to pass once again. Some pressure. Quarterback rolls to his left. Looks to run. Now cuts it up the field, and he is tackled by Jacob Gross. He's the initial man, and then Chase Kimbrough comes in to finish him off. It'll be short of a first down, and onto the field will come the punt unit for the Farragut Admirals.
Yeah, nice defensive stand here by the Wildcats. Farragut, after being backed up deep into their own territory, got 2 quick first downs, but then a penalty and some incompletions derail their drive there. And Jacob Gross is someone who has really come on strong so far this year at the linebacker position.
Fourth down, 14 yards to go. Dropping back to receive the punt for the Wildcats is T. Higgins and Jordan Graham. Standing back across midfield. Here's the snap, and the punt is away. High kick, wobbly. It's going to bounce and roll kind of out of bounds at around the 25-yard line, officially the 26, and that is where Oak Ridge will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. 4:04 to play first quarter. So far, so good.
So far, so good, and after last week, I'm sure Coach Gaddis is happy to see his defense get off the field pretty quickly and see if the offense can come out, put another drive together like they did last time, and chew up some clock on their way to the end zone.
I want to remind everybody, and we'd like to thank some people tonight. Lewis Electric, in particular, Ben Thomas, did some good work for us, wiring up some stuff for us. We appreciate Lewis Electric. First and 10, Oak Ridge. The ball at officially the 26-yard line. Quick pass out here to T. Makes the catch and makes a move across the 35 to the 40, to the 45 to the 50-yard line. Tripped down at around the 46-yard line of Farragut. Officially the 44, just barely tripped up, or that would have been another touchdown for T. Higgins.
Yeah, just a shoestring tackle there by the Admirals. T. Higgins saw the end zone the whole way. A nice pitch and catch there. He's a special player, Dave.
Ball will be put down at the between the 44 and the 45-yard line. First and 10, Wildcats, a 10 bank of Oak Ridge. First down as the Wildcats come up once again. Double wing, man comes in motion once again. And here's the handoff, misdirection across the 40, moving the ball down to the 37-yard line for the Wildcats. The sophomore, Jordan Graham.
Yeah, a bit of a delayed handoff there with the misdirection. They faked it one way to the end of the round and then brought the dive back up the middle with the other A-back, Jordan Graham, who picks up solid yardage. We'll call it 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Wildcats.
Almost looks like the old wing tee.
It does. It's very similar in principle to the wing tee.
Second down, 3 yards to go. The ball at the 37-yard line once again. Johnny Stewart at quarterback, and he'll drop the pass. Quick pass is going to be caught this time by the Wildcats, not T. Higgins. It'll be across the 25-yard line, and another flag comes down on the play. Caleb Martin on the reception. We'll have to check the call.
Now, these officials are making their presence known out there tonight, Dave. Caleb Martin, someone that we really look to make a presence during this season with all the attention that T. Higgins gets. Caleb Martin is quite an athlete in his own right.
If you look at his build, I mean, if you see the two of them, T's a little bit taller, but the builds are very, very similar.
Very similar. Very similar. And he can jump out of the gym, too.
Penalty yardage stepped off against the Wildcats back to the 35-yard line. They're going to call holding. It'll be up the field. So it'll be second down, 1 yard to go. The ball at the Farragut 35-yard line, 3:06 to play. First quarter as we broadcast from Blankenship Field. David Clary, Tyler Trent, along with Brian Bennett back at the station. Once again, in motion for the Wildcats. The handoff will go to Stewart, going to pitch out that way. Across the 30, got a little bit of a block. Moves the ball across to the 25-yard line. Nice play once again for the Wildcats. That was Caleb Jackson on the carry for the Wildcats.
Oak Ridge comes out with the the triple option, which we haven't seen much of yet this year, but is what this offense is based upon. Johnny Stewart puts it in the gut of the B-back there. Trey Jackson reads the defensive end. He crashes, he pulls the ball, runs with his pitch man out there. They attack Johnny Stewart. He pitches to Caleb Jackson that time for a nice gain. 1st and 10, Oak Ridge.
T. Higgins splits off to the right side once again. In motion will come Graham. He's going to get the pitch, and he moves the ball forward for a little bit of a gain. Moves the ball across the 25 down to around the 23. 7-0. Oak Ridge on top. 2 minutes, 23 seconds to play in the first quarter. Oak Ridge totally dominating the time of possession here in the first period.
They absolutely are. Oak Ridge is on yet another drive here, taking up plenty of time out of the 10 minutes we've played here so far. I wouldn't be surprised if Oak Ridge had the ball for 8 of it.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. As we mentioned, the clock is moving. Receivers split off to the left and to the right once again. Stewart, 2nd down, 3, is taking a while. Back to pass, little quick pass, going to be caught by T. Higgins, makes a move at the 10. T. Higgins moves the ball down to the sideline, stumbles and pushed out of bounds just shy of the 5-yard line. You can't get him down initially. He's not the strongest guy, but he's so rangy, they still couldn't get him down.
He is rangy and he's a tough football player, Dave. And if you go stand, from up here or from a ways away on the field, he looks really tall and lanky and skinny. But if you go get down, he's got some definition about him. He's not just skin and bones. I mean, that's a tough kid.
Caleb Martin will be a receiver to the right. The Wildcats have Kimbrough and Jackson in the backfield. Up to the line, they'll come once again. 1st down, goal to go. The ball is at the 9-yard line. Here's the pitch on the right side. It's going to be Jordan Graham trying to get to the corner. Has no place to go, so he goes back to his left, and then he's tripped up. Lost very seldom. I guess you go back to, what was it, the Saudi Daisy game last year where he had that return. He got hemmed in, came back, reversed his field, and took it in. That time just barely tripped up, and will lose yardage on the play.
Yeah, just barely tripped up. Shades of Barry Sanders, the way he tries to reverse fields that way. Not comparing him to Barry Sanders, but just the way he tries to reverse field. And he almost pulled it off there, too. Just another shoestring tackle for the Admirals, and he loses about 5 yards.
2nd down, goal to go now at the 15-yard line after the loss. A minute 7 to play here. Johnny will pass. A little quick pass, batted at the line of scrimmage and almost intercepted. It was deflected around a couple times. A couple Admirals had the opportunity to pick it off on just, it barely got above the line of scrimmage, just 5-6 feet in the air, but it almost was picked off. Stops the clock with exactly a minute to play, and very nearly a disaster for the Wildcats.
Very, very near to being an interception. One of the defensive linemen from Farragut able to get a paw on it. It came down resting in another defensive lineman's hands, was knocked out by an Oak Ridge offensive lineman. Very risky, or not risky, I mean, it was just a typical pass play, but a very dangerous situation that could have happened right there.
The Wildcats on top 7-0. Exactly 1 minute to play in the first quarter. Oak Ridge faced with 3rd and goal at the 15.
3rd and goal from the 15. Oak Ridge, the standard thought here would be chuck it up to T. Higgins. We'll see what they do. Caleb Martin may be a good option in this situation as well.
Trey Jackson directly behind the quarterback, Johnny Stewart. He's going to float it into the end zone. There's the man. Here's the pass, and it is incomplete. Tipped around and just couldn't quite hold on to it. T almost had it. It'll be 4th down, goal to go at the 15.
T went up high to try and high point the football there. Can't quite come down with it on his way down. Lays out for it, and just, I think they're going to say he pinned the ball to the turf. Incomplete pass, and Oak Ridge, I believe, is sending out the field goal unit for what should be about a 33-yard field goal.
Carson McGee is a 6', 160-pound junior. Had never played football before and has done a fine job.
Oh, what a surprise he's been this year.
The block will be put down at the 22-yard line, making this a 32-yard attempt from the right block and from the right hash, that is, and play is halted for a moment. And another timeout is asked for. Why don't we take another quick timeout? We haven't taken many here. Oak Ridge on top 7-0. 55.5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Oak Ridge in the lead. We'll be back to Blankenship Field in 30 seconds. Welcome back to Blankenship Field. David Clary, Tyler Trent, 7-0. The Wildcats in the lead. I know Coach Gaddis, when he got here, he was talking about he wanted the crowds. He wanted the big crowds to return like the way Oak Ridge fans always did in years past. The last two nights, of course, it was super hot last week.
Oh, it was.
Not nearly as hot. In fact, it's very nice tonight here, but the crowd is big tonight here at Blankenship.
That crowd is big here. That's what, and that's what Coach Gaddis is good at. I mean, he's great in the community. He's a great people person. He's never met a person he won't stop and talk to, and he really engages the people of the community, and it just makes them want to come out and see the game. And it doesn't hurt when you have a good football team to put out there as well.
Stuart Dorman with a nice camera shot of the home crowd across the way. Carson McGee to attempt the field goal of 32 yards from the right hash, and the holder for the Wildcats will be Kevin Reedy. Officials are set, and here's the attempt. From 32 yards out, the hold, the kick is on its way, it's up, and it is good. Carson McGee splits the uprights, and Oak Ridge leads the Farragut Admirals 10-0 with 52.4 seconds to play in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Blankenship Field. 10-0 Oak Ridge, back in 60 seconds. The downtown hardware kickoff is high. It's going to be fielded at around the 20-yard line. Here comes a return, and then he's going to be pushed out of bounds at around the 30. The downtown hardware kickoff returned by the Admirals, and they have pretty good field position to start this drive.
They do, much better field position than they had before, and we'll see if they can get anything going. As we mentioned earlier, 2 first downs on their first drive before a penalty and a couple of incomplete passes shot that drive short. 44 seconds left here in the first quarter, Dave, and Oak Ridge has held the ball for almost all of it.
10-0 is our score. If you just tuned in, the Wildcats scoring on a 80-yard drive and a T. Higgins touchdown to cap it off, and then just a moment ago a 32-yard field goal. First down, 10 yards to go for Farragut. Quarterback will roll to his right, will hit the line of scrimmage and get belted at the line of scrimmage by the Wildcats. Nothing there.
Nothing there. Farragut running the read option there. The quarterback out of the shotgun puts the ball into the running back's belly, reads the defensive end. If the defensive end crashes on the running back as he did there, the quarterback will pull it and try and take it around the edge, but the Oak Ridge linebacker did a nice job filling the gap and stopping him for no gain.
Amon Johnson is the running back, 5'11", 190-pound senior. Quarterback will pass down the field. Pass is going to be incomplete. A little bit overthrown once again, and it'll bring up third down and 10 yards to go. Still in the first quarter, 12.2 seconds to play with the Wildcats on top, 10-0. Next week, back here at Blankenship Field, as the Wildcats take on the Anderson County Mavericks. Third down, about 9.5 yards to go. The ball's at the 31-yard line. Farragut really struggling against the Oak Ridge defense.
Yeah, they are. The Oak Ridge defense has come to play tonight. That was Chase Kimbrough in coverage on that play. Big down here for the Farragut Admirals.
Fulton from the 31-yard line will drop back to pass. Looks in trouble. Fires it across the middle. Pass is going to be incomplete, underthrown. But the guy was there. If he gets the ball to him, that's a big gain for the Admirals. But the pass was underthrown. Kind of a little bit of a duck there, I guess. It'll bring up fourth down, 10 yards to go, 6 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Farragut with the play that, Tim Tebow made famous. The quarterback kind of fakes like he's going to draw, then pulls back to throw the football, but the defensive line collapsed on him there. He underthrows his wide open receiver. Farragut going to be forced to punt to either T. Higgins or Jordan Graham here.
Standing back, probably around the 30-yard line. And here's the snap. The punt is away. High kick once again. Angling out of bounds once again. It's going to take a bounce at around the 36-yard line. Officially, that's where they say it goes out. And that is the final play of the first quarter here at Blankenship Field. Thanks for tuning us in on prepradio.com or Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15 or FM 92.7 on the Fox and Farley Friday night edition of Wildcat Football. First quarter is over. 10-0. The Wildcats lead, and we'll be back to Blankenship Field in in 60 seconds. First down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats. Now moving towards Jackson Square. T. Higgins and Caleb Martin split out to the left side. Johnny Stewart at quarterback. Kimbrough and Jackson in the backfield. The ball is at around the 40-yard line. Handoff goes. Jordan Graham tries to get to the corner, and he's got it. He's got a first down and more down the right sideline. Cuts it up the field, runs into a man, and is driven down hard, but not before he picks up a 10-bank first down. Got to the corner just like we saw him do last week. Although a flag is down on the play, got stuck at the end of the play, but it's still a very, very nice run.
Oh, absolutely. Tackle on the play by number 22, Neelan Harmon of Farragut. Jordan Graham, the toss off the right side, just absolutely explodes down the sideline, but the whole Oak Ridge team is coming back. I haven't seen what the call was yet. I don't know if you caught it, Dave, but Oak Ridge is going to be penalized here.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're going to bring it back. It is going to be obviously big one against the Wildcats, and it'll be a repeat of a first down. So tough play because nice run.
Oh, a great run, a huge run. Covered close to 60 yards there. Oak Ridge penalized for the hold. It'll be first and close to 20 for Oak Ridge here when they come back to the ball.
You know, a lot of times when you bring these television crews, the officials want to make a big deal and get on TV themselves, and they're sure enough doing that tonight. First down, 22 yards to go. The ball is at the 25-yard line. This time, Trey Jackson, I believe, gets the call up the middle. I believe it was him as he moves the ball forward for very little yardage, right up the gut. Stop is made by the Admirals. It'll be second down, extremely long. 11:22 to play in the first half. 10-0. The Wildcats in the lead.
Tackled by a host of Admirals there, led by Keenan Terhart, number 68. Just a straight B-back, fullback dive to Trey Jackson up the middle. Nothing doing for the Wildcats there as they come back up to the ball on second and very long.
Coach Wyatt sends in the plays from the sideline. Johnny Stewart, a little quick pass is caught by Martin. He moves the ball forward to around the midfield stripe. Tackled it around the 47-yard line. Very nicely thrown pass, and it'll be a substantial gain. Still way short of a first down. It'll bring up third down and about 10 yards to go for a first.
Tackled by number 16, Tanner Corum for the Farragut Admirals there that time. Just a slant pattern to Caleb Martin there. The corner's playing off of Oak Ridge's big receivers a little bit, and they just hit him with a quick pass for a big gain.
Third down, 2 yards to go. Stewart rolls to his right, dumps the pass, is going to be caught by the Wildcats, and behind the line of scrimmage, they'll lose yardage. It'll be fourth down facing the Wildcats.
They tried to set up a tunnel screen there to T. Higgins coming from the right side. The ball was high, and he made the catch, but just unable to do anything with it afterwards, as for the first time tonight, Oak Ridge's punting unit will have to come onto the field.
And dropping back will go quick for the Wildcats. He'll be doing the honors for Oak Ridge. Isaac standing back at around the 30-yard line. Fourth down, 5 yards to go. High snap, has time, the kick is away. High kick, very high. It's going to be a fair catch made by the Admirals. Once again, good field position, but the Wildcat defense has been dominant to this point.
Oh, they absolutely have been. And hey, Isaac Quick, another guy who has really been impressive so far this season. Replacing Brandon Nickel, no easy task, but Carson McGee and Isaac Quick have just done a very good job here early on in the season.
I know Coach Saunders has always been known for getting those guys. And, you know, like we talked about, Isaac was on the football team but was not a punter. But, you know, he's turned him into a punter, and he's done quite well for the Wildcats. Back on defense goes Oak Ridge once again. Farragut quarterback is Adam Fulton. Fulton rolls to his right, has some pressure, dumps one out of the backfield. Pass is going to be caught. Short gain, slung out of bounds at around the 27-yard line. Chase Kimbrough there on the stop for the Wildcats. Nice gain that time.
Yeah, roll to the right there by the Admirals. And then the receivers coming all the way across the field there. Chase Kimbrough chasing the play, able to make the stop. A gain of about 6 yards for the Admirals there.
In the backfield, Amon Johnson as the running back. Fulton, I mentioned, is the quarterback for Farragut. And Johnson's going to get the call. And he hits the line of scrimmage, has the 30, has the 35, and is driven out of bounds by Kimbrough. Kind of bounced off a couple guys and picked up good yardage. Moved the ball across the 40-yard line up to his own 41. That is a Farragut first down.
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. Amon Johnson coming off the right side there on the give and does a nice job to shed the first couple of tackles. Chase Kimbrough once again able to run him out of bounds, but it'll be a big first down for the Admirals as they approach the 50-yard line.
9 minutes, 24 seconds to play. Second quarter, 10-0. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge on top of Farragut, trying to knock off the Admirals as the handoff goes. Now the quarterback's going to throw, has some pressure, goes down the middle of the field. The man is there. The pass is incomplete. Jarrett Miner defending for the Wildcats. Had some pressure, and that's one thing the Wildcats have got to do and will do better as the season progresses. They've got to be able to get more pressure on the quarterback.
They absolutely do, Dave. And, you know, last week I told Lucas it almost seemed as if we weren't worried about pressuring Maupin. I don't know if it was because Maupin, the quarterback for Dobbins Bennett, I don't know if it was because of his running threat, but we rushed 3 and dropped 8 so many times last week.
Second down, 10 yards to go. This time the back is number 1. That'll be Cooper Harden, and he tries to get to the outside. He is buried behind the line of scrimmage by the Wildcats on a nice hit by the Wildcats. Simpson, Adarius Simpson, he's been known to lay one out of every once in a while.
Oh, he has. Adarius Simpson does a nice job from his safety position coming up and helping in the run support as he did there as the Farragut running back, number 1, Cooper Harden, tried to take it off the left side, and Adarius Simpson was having none of it.
-2 on the play. Third down that is, 12 yards to go. Fulton the pass, in trouble, nearly sacked. Fires pass is going to be caught by big number 87, breaks a couple tackles and belted down at the 45-yard line. Big man that time, Jacob Warren, 6'6", 195-pound junior.
We've got another flag here, Dave, and it's at the point of the tackle. Darius Simpson came in and lowered the boom, but I don't know what in the world they're going to call here. He led with his shoulder. It was a clean hit, it looked like, from up here, Dave.
Hopefully these guys didn't watch the Tennessee game and see Reeves-Maben last night get ejected for that. What was your thoughts on that particular play?
Well, you know, we were talking about it before the broadcast, Dave, and by the letter of the rule, the way it is written, it was targeting. That's how it's written. If you launch yourself and make contact with the player's head, that is targeting. It's also why I don't like the rule. While it is, you know, supposed to protect players, I understand, but you're just taking so much away from the game of football when a guy tries to make a clean tackle, and just because the offensive player ducked, you hit his head.
The officials still had a long conversation, and they're going to walk yardage off against the Wildcats. And it's going to be 15 yards, dead ball foul, personal foul against the Wildcats.
Got to be targeting.
Ball is moved across to the 40-yard line. The Admirals have it. First down, 10 yards to go. Oak Ridge in the lead, 10-0. Farragut, quarterback, shotgun, receiver to the left, one to the right. Once again, Johnson in the backfield. He wants to pass once again. Has all day. Across the way, pass is going to be caught right at the sticks, right at the 30-yard line. The catch is made by number 4, Davis Simmons, and that should be and is a first down for the Admirals.
Davis Simmons running the deep out route of the 10 to 15-yard variety, and Farragut quarterback throws a strike to him. Farragut sets up at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
Once again, quarterback will hand it off and moving the ball forward for a gain of about 4 yards, as that'll be Johnson once again. Carries the ball to around the 25-yard line. Clock is moving, 8:10 to play here in the first half. 10-0, the Wildcats in the lead. Wildcats trying to substitute. They do get a chance to get some new bodies onto the field. Farragut has it. Second down, 5 yards to go. The ball is at the Oak Ridge 25-yard line. Fulton, the quarterback, looks over to Eddie Courtney, head coach of the Farragut Admirals. Cooper Harden in the backfield, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Wants to pass, fires the pass, is going to be caught on a nice play. Eludes the first tackle, moves the ball to the 10-yard line, and that is where he's tackled. And that should be 1st and goal for the Admirals.
Yeah, Farragut has found some success here on this drive through the air. Fulton has come alive. His offensive line giving him a little time to work back there, and he is picking apart the Oak Ridge defense right now as Farragut has marched down the field for the first time.
Ball is officially at the 10-yard line, and here's the handoff to Johnson. Johnson stutters forward, moves the ball to the 6-yard line, belted down right at around the 5. It'll be Johnson once again on the carry, and Looked like Caleb Thompson there on the stop for the Wildcats. And it'll be for Farragut. Second down, and I think they still can get a first down here right at the goal line. It's second down and 5 yards to go. 7:05 to play first half. Here comes the pass. It's in the end zone. Pass is incomplete. Right at the pylon. Juggled it as he went out of bounds with it. Never had possession. It'll be third down, 5 yards to go.
Boy, and he had his man there on the quick out route and just could not bring it down as he was going out of bounds. Farragut does have a third down, but as you alluded to a minute ago, Dave, I believe they can get a first down.
From the 6-yard line, once again, Fulton from the shotgun will drop the pass across the middle. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Farragut. The Admirals score with 6 minutes and 54 seconds to play in the second quarter. And the big guy once again on the reception, and it's 10-6 Oak Ridge.
Yeah, Farragut just kind of runs a little play action tight end dump right there. It's number 87 for Farragut. Jacob Warren, a 6'6", 195-pound tight end on the touchdown reception. And Farragut finds a little life here midway through the second quarter.
And they'll attempt the extra point, 10-6. The Wildcats in the lead. We didn't expect one of these blowout kind of ball games. A typical Oak Ridge Farragut game is not that way, as the ball is blocked. The extra point is blocked, so perhaps a big play in the ball game as the Admirals kick is blocked, and it didn't quite catch the number. But with 6:54 to play in the first half, we'll take a quick break. You're listening to the Fox and Farley Friday Night Football edition of Wildcat Football from Blankenship Field. We're going to take a quick break, send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Blankenship Field in 30 seconds. What people don't know, Tyler, is that we don't have WATO anymore, so the fine folks at Victory 92.7 allow us to use their airwaves, so we have to raise money basically to get on the air, and that is one of the issues that without our own local radio station we have to do. So these sponsors make it possible for Oak Ridge football and basketball to be on the airwaves, and if you hear a sponsor on our radio broadcast, drop by, do business with them, because if it weren't for them, and we have the fun calling the ball games, but these people pay for the ball games, and we appreciate them so much. Oak Ridge on top, 10-6. We're in the second quarter from Blankenship Field, and as we mentioned, we will have Anderson County, the Mavericks, here at Blankenship Field next week. Then the following week, my first visit ever to Lenore City.
And that's kind of hard to believe, Dave. You've been around here since the Stone Age.
Well, we haven't played them since the Stone Age, at least until last year. And here's the kick by Farragut. It's high, driving kick. It'll be a touchback, and the Wildcats will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 20-yard line. So there's an example of a Farragut kicker right there. I wish I could have seen who got in and blocked that extra point.
I know. I wish I could have too, Dave. And that's something I was just about to comment on. The first two teams we've played, we've seen pooch kicks, we've seen squib kicks, we've seen angled kicks, we've seen kickoffs out of bounds just to avoid kicking to Jordan Graham and T. Higgins. But Farragut does not have that problem as he boots it through the end zone almost every time.
Once again, the Wildcats, first down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 20-yard line. Junior quarterback Johnny Stewart brings them up. Jordan Graham comes in motion. The handoff goes to Trey Jackson. Modest gain, moves the ball close to the 25-yard line. They think they're going to put him down right at that point. It'll be for Oak Ridge. Second down and 5 yards to go. 6:40 and counting in the first half. 10-6. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge on top. Wildcats have been able to move the ball somewhat through the air. In fact, most of their offense has been through the air. Penalties have been a big factor in this one.
Penalties have been a big factor, and there have been quite a few of them here in the first half. Don't have an exact count right now.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Once again, man comes in motion. Here comes the misdirection to Jordan Graham. He's belted and blasted and dropped for a big loss in the backfield. Farragut saw that coming and dropped him all the way back to around the 15-yard line. And that's a big, big loss in the play.
Oh, it was. Cooper Harden, number 1, comes in for Farragut on the kind of end-around reverse to Jordan Graham and drops him for about a 5, 6, maybe even 7-yard loss. It's 3rd and 14 for the Wildcats, and they're backed up on their own side of the field. We'll see if a big play can pull them out of this jam.
Johnny brings them up once again. Wildcats Third down, 14 yards to go. Lots of pressure. Johnny eludes it for a moment, rolls to his right, fires the pass, incomplete. Boy, there's some contact down there, but no flag, and the Wildcats will be forced to punt once again.
Yeah, definitely could have been a flag, Dave, which we've seen fly quite a bit as Isaiah Gibbs came over the back of the receiver there, but no flag, and it'll be 4th and 14. The Wildcats will be forced to punt. Farragut has stolen away a little bit of momentum here.
Isaac Quick will be standing around his own goal line, pretty close to it.
Right on the one.
At the 1 or 2 yard line. 4th down, 14 yards to go, and high snap, lots of pressure. Kick is away, though. It's going to be short, and it's going to take a bounce at around midfield. It's going to roll dead on the Oak Ridge side at the 47-yard line, and that is where Farragut will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. The Wildcat defense has got to stiffen up here.
They absolutely do, and they had played great football the first 2 drives tonight, but Farragut found quite a bit of success through the air on that last drive as they marched down the field for a touchdown, and we'll see if the Oak Ridge defense can step up here and hold them shy with 5 minutes 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Oak Ridge's defense, led by Kendall Clark and Jacob Gross at the linebacker position. The Admirals come up to the ball as Fulton drops back, has all day to throw. He scrambles, but he's going to be tracked. Oh, he almost missed. He took off running down to about the 30-yard line before he is knocked out of bounds by a host of Wildcats. Oak Ridge fans screaming for a block in the back here, but they will not get it. Fulton takes it about 17 or 18 yards there on the broken play. He had all day to throw. Farragut moves deep into Oak Ridge territory. They'll set up 1st and 10 on the Oak Ridge 30-yard line with 5 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. Oak Ridge leading 10-6 here as Fulton looks over to his sideline to get the play. The ball is snapped. It's a handoff up the middle. Nothing doing as a host of Wildcats take him down for a gain of only 1 or 2 yards. Amar Johnson on the carry there for the Admirals as the clock moves inside. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Kendall Clark, the first one to meet the running back there for Farragut. Keon Waters also in on the tackle. Farragut will line up second and about 10 yards from the 20. We'll call it 2nd and 9 from the 29-yard line. Fulton in the shotgun, drops back, all day to throw. All day to throw, releases it to the left side. Touchdown! Farragut had a man wide open in the end zone. That is number 1, Cooper Harden. So it will be a 29-yard touchdown pass. Fulton had all day to throw. There is a flag down, however. I'm not sure if it was thrown before or after the touchdown. The officials huddle up, and he is walking to make his call. It is going to be a procedure penalty against the Admirals, so take the touchdown off the board. Farragut will be backed up here. What a big momentum changer there as Farragut wide open into the end zone, but it is no more after the procedure penalty. Farragut will be moved back. We'll replay 2nd down from about the 34-yard line. Farragut's coming to the line. Fulton looks over to the right side, to his sideline, looking for the play. Devastating play there for the Admirals. 4:23 remaining here in the half. Oak Ridge still leads 10-0. 2nd and 15 from the 34-yard line. Fulton takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and keeps it off the right side on the read option. He is tackled on the play there by number 32, Kalen Thompson, for the Wildcats. He gains about 9 or 10 yards here. It'll be 3rd down and 7, we'll call it, from the 26-yard line of the Wildcats. 4 minutes remaining now. Oak Ridge still clinging to that 10-6 lead, but the Farragut Admirals are marching. They started this drive right around midfield after Oak Ridge was forced to punt from the 1-yard line. Fulton comes up to the line with number 9, Amon Johnson, in the backfield with him. He drops back to pass. Good protection. He fires to his right. Caught by number 4, Davis Simpson for the Admirals as he is down to about the 11-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Farragut Admirals able to convert there on 3rd down and 7. Adam Fulton has had all day to throw on this drive. Adam Fulton comes back to the line quickly. They snap the football and they hand off to Amon Johnson up the middle. Nothing doing as Oak Ridge's number 58 is in on the tackle there. So it'll be nothing going there. 2nd and 10. Adarius Cox on the tackle. The clock is rolling, approaching 3 minutes as the Wildcats still lead 10-6. Farragut back up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 from about the 11-yard line. Fulton snaps the ball, hands off to Amon Johnson again off the right side. He is met and he powers through 2 Wildcat defenders down to the 4-yard line. Amon Johnson looking like a powerful runner there on that time as Adam Fulton hands off to his right side, and Amon Johnson takes it down to about the 4-yard line, but there is another flag on the play. The officials are conferring here as we will see whether this backs the Admirals up yet again or if the Wildcats will be penalized after the fact. There are 2 minutes and 52 seconds left remaining here in the half with Oak Ridge still leading 10-6. Farragut on a drive, but the penalty will go against the Admirals, and it is another procedure penalty, something that has dogged the Admirals here on this drive as it has taken away a touchdown and a big first down there. Farragut will be backed up to a 2nd and 15 coming from the Oak Ridge 16-yard line. Adam Fulton comes back up to the line of scrimmage, snaps the ball, he drops back. He pumps once, throws to his right side, and this time it will be a touchdown. Farragut Admirals, number 4. Davis Simmons on the reception. You couldn't keep him out of the end zone that time as it was a 16-yard pass from Adam Fulton to David Simmons. The Farragut Admirals, with 2 minutes and 41 seconds remaining here in the half, have taken the lead over the Wildcats 12-0. Farragut will line up for the extra point, blocked the last time out as the Oak Ridge defense, who was very stout here early, has given up 2 scores rather quickly. The ball is snapped, it's held, and it is good. So we will take a 60-second break here. 30 seconds. 60-second break here as we await the kickoff. Joe Doyle, the kickoff for the Admirals. Back here at Blankenship Field on a Fox and Farley Friday night football, Farragut puts it in the end zone despite adversity from penalties. They now lead Oak Ridge 13-10 with 2 minutes 41 seconds remaining in the half as they will line up for the kickoff. No problem booting it through the end zone here so far tonight. He is approaching the football. The kick is away, and it will be another deep one, but Oak Ridge will be able to receive this one. It's T. Higgins. He makes a move off to his left side. He's at the 20-yard line, met at the 25, and finally taken out of bounds by number 31, Cade Berkey. Oak Ridge will take over 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line with 2 minutes 32 seconds remaining. And Dave, welcome back.
Thanks a lot. We had a little technical problem. I don't know, about this time every single ball game we seems like we have a little bit of an internet issue, and we apologize for that. While you were gone, for those of you on the radio, the Admirals have taken the lead here by a score of 13-10, 2:32 to play. We'll recap that here in a second. Wildcat offense has struggled to get things going the last couple of drives. Farragut's quarterback blitzing and just getting his passing game underway big time as the Wildcats have it 1st and 10. Ball's at the 25-yard line. They're moving towards Jackson Square here, trailing 13-10. Stewart rolls to his right, wants to pass, fires the pass. It's going to be incomplete and perhaps intercepted, and that is the case. It's intercepted at the 35-yard line. Nice play by Farragut. Just stepped in front of the receiver, picked it off, and the Admirals have great field position.
Yeah, I think that was number 6, Isaiah Gibbs, there on the interception. And Oak Ridge took a lead, I believe it was a 10-0 lead here in this ball game, but it has been all Farragut here in the second half of this second quarter. Farragut will take the ball over with 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining.
I just appreciate your play-by-play there for the Channel 15 broadcast. I know the radio people probably got frustrated. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 37-yard line, closer to the 36. Fulton has been doing a great job passing as of recently, especially here in the second quarter. Why don't you recap that scoring drive for the Admirals just a moment ago?
Yeah, the Farragut took over on Oak Ridge's 47-yard line and quickly proceeded to march the ball down the field. Twice they were hindered by procedure penalties as they had put a touchdown on the board, but it was taken off by a false start. And then on a big first down, they had another false start, and it was brought back. But Farragut, not to be denied, still able to hit Simmons in the end zone for a big touchdown.
Fulton wants to pass once again, rolls to his right, fires the pass in the flat, is caught at around the 31-yard line. The stop is made by the Wildcats there, as it'll be for them. Collins on the reception, number 23. Gain of 7. Ball is at the Wildcat 30. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 13-10, Farragut in the lead over Oak Ridge. From the 30-yard line, the Wildcats jump across the line. Let's see if they jump too far across the line, and they might be penalized 5.
In high school football, you cannot cross the line of scrimmage, as some fans may wonder. If you watch on Saturdays or Sundays, you know, the defensive players can cross the line as long as they're back before the ball is snapped, but not in high school football. The minute you cross the line, it is a penalty, and that is what it was. Oak Ridge penalized 5 yards. Farragut will have a first and I think 5 yards here.
First and 10, actually, because it was second on the previous play. Minute 56 to play here in the first half. Farragut first and 10. The ball at the 25-yard line. Fulton will hand it off to Johnson. He bounces off a tackle, moves the ball forward, and goes inside the 20. Should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage, Tyler, but he was able, using that big body and strong legs, to bounce to the outside to get positive yardage.
Well, and you know, if you remember last year's game, Dave, Oak Ridge jumped out to a 2-score lead, and then Farragut, showing a lot of resiliency, came back and won that ball game. Farragut been very resilient here so far tonight, getting down to the Wildcats by 2 scores to take the lead before half.
Minute 29 to play here. Quarterback Fulton wants to pass, fires a pass, is going to be caught. Not a whole lot of yardage. A big stop by the Wildcats at the 20-yard line. I believe that was for the Wildcats, I think, Caleb Jackson, and that is the case. Clock is still moving. A minute 10 to play first half. Farragut already with a 13-10 lead, well within field goal range for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're thinking 6 right here.
Oh, absolutely, they're thinking 6, Dave, and they'd love to go in with a 10-point lead at half.
Third down, 2 yards to go. The ball is just across the 20-yard line at the 18. Clock is ticking on down. Farragut waiting for the play. They don't want Oak Ridge to get their hands on the ball at all again, and they want to put some points on the board here. And now play is halted and a timeout is asked for. 42.5 seconds to play in the first half, 13-10. Farragut on top of Oak Ridge as we play here from Blankenship Field. David Clary, Tyler Trent, Stuart Dorman, Jonathan Henry, James Branson, and Alex Myers. Brian Bennett, our engineer, back at the station. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back to see what Farragut can do in the final 42 seconds in 30 seconds. Welcome back to Blankenship Field. 13-10 is our score. Oak Ridge trailing the Farragut Admirals. 42.5 seconds to play. Farragut will have it third down, 2 yards to go, as the ball is resting right at around the 20-yard line. Quarterback hands it off to the back, and he's tripped up, but should get close enough for the first down. Might be about a half a yard short here, as Cooper Harden actually is the man who carries the ball. So now it's going to be fourth down and 3 yards to go, or 1 yard to go, I'm sorry. The ball is just at around the 16-yard line, call it closer to the 17-yard line. Farragut allowing the clock to tick on down. We're down to 12 seconds. They lead Oak Ridge 13-10. And once again, a timeout is asked for by the Farragut Admirals once again. 7.5 seconds to play. Farragut doesn't want to make any mistakes here, and there's a couple timeouts on this drive. And they will indeed put the block down right at around the 23 33-yard line, where it'll be a 33-yard field goal right from the center of Blankenship Field. In a 13-10 game, the Wildcats have blocked an extra point in this one. Let's see what they can do. They have pressure. The kick is away. It's on its way, angling to the right side. It is good. When he first hit it, I didn't think it was going to go, but it
looked like it might have been tipped.
Yeah, just barely got through. And with 3.6 seconds to play in the first half, it's 16-10 Farragut. Welcome back to Blankenship Field. 16-10 is the score. Farragut on top of the number 2 ranked Oak Ridge Wildcats, and they'll kick off to Oak Ridge. Wildcats scored 10 unanswered, and the Admirals had since scored 16 unanswered. A little pop-up kick is going to be fielded by the Wildcats on a short man. Moving the ball forward for the Wildcats was Preston Quindry, 5'10", 160-pound junior, and that is the final play of the first half. So early, I don't know if that's maybe a little bit elevated. Farragut comes in, though, at number 5.
Yeah, Oak Ridge is almost always early in the season, as long as they haven't lost, is up high in those state rankings. I don't put much stock in those rankings until about 6 or 7. Same as in college football. You can't put any stock in anything preseason or the first 2 weeks of the season. It's just not enough people have played enough quality opponents. Talk to me again here in about 4 or 5 weeks, and I'll tell you what I think the rankings should be.
So once again, the second half is finally about to get underway here. The Wildcats' Carson McGee will be kicking off for the Wildcats as we're about to get the second half underway here from Blankenship Field. 16-10 is our score. Tyler? The scoreboard clock on the Jackson Square end not functioning now, so that people are used to looking at that side of the field are unable to see the clock. Man, a long delay for television timeouts. We could have taken a lot more timeouts.
Oh man, we could have got a lot more plugs in there.
Well, let's now we're finally to get underway here as the Admirals actually will be kicking off, or the Wildcats will be kicking off to the right side. Here's the kick. It's going to be in and out of the end zone, so that is a touchback. You know, I don't know what you think about and what you said earlier about the new uniforms here, but if Oak Ridge does not win this game, it's kind of like the Smoky Grays.
They'll never be worn again.
Yeah.
Coach Gaddis is a superstitious man.
One thing I'll tell you about the jerseys here, and one thing that I actually like about it, is the players wanted the new jerseys. They wanted the new jerseys. They went out and they actually raised the money to get those jerseys, as it'll be Farragut. First down, 10 yards to go. Quarterback rolling to the right. He's going to be hit and dropped after a yard gain of about 1 yard.
Yeah, tackle on the play there by Kalen Thompson as he came up from his linebacker safety position.
Yeah.
Nice job of stopping Fulton there for a very little gain. It'll be about 2nd and 9 here for the Admirals.
Just underway here in the third quarter, 16-10 Farragut from the shotgun. Quarterback will hand it off once again to Johnson. Johnson, not a whole lot of yardage there. That time tripped up by the right side of the Oak Ridge High School football line. I believe Waters there for the stop for Oak Ridge, amongst others. It'll be for the Admirals. Third down, then about 7 yards to go.
Yeah, Farragut runs it off the left side there. Oak Ridge defense having none of it. On these first 2 plays, the Oak Ridge defense has been swarming to the football. We'll see if they can get off the field here on a 3rd and about 6 or 7.
Ball is just across the 25-yard line once again. Quarterback Fulton back to pass. In trouble, fires a little screen pass. Is going to be caught. A screen by the official. He tries to get upfield. Boom! He's blasted down at the 24-yard line. And it'll be, I thought when the play started there, Tyler Trent, I thought he was going to get some positive yards. The Wildcats closed the gap. There was no place for him to go.
That was Chase Kimbrough and Kendall Clark both in on that stop. And I thought we were going to get a boom big stick, but we just got the boom right there, David.
Hey, I got to work myself up to it. It'll be 4th down facing the Admirals, 16-10. T. Higgins standing back for the Wildcats at around his own 35-yard line. Farragut, 4th down. And here's the snap. It's good. The punt is away. It's a high kick. T is going to let it actually make the catch at around the 30-yard line, a little bit beyond it to the 31, and that is where Oak Ridge will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball is going to be at their own 31-yard line. We are in the third quarter in a 16-10 ball game. As the Wildcat offense, Johnny Stewart is the quarterback, Trey Jackson running back, along with Jordan Graham and Chase Kimbrough. We'll check the offensive lineman. I've got Thomas Sproils on the left side for the Wildcats. You got Brinkman out there. I'm sure you've got Borchers and company. First and 10 Oak Ridge from around the 30-yard line. Here comes the handoff. Looking for a hole as Chase Kimbrough moves the ball close to the 34-yard line, and that is where he is dropped by the Admirals.
Yeah, Brenner Moai and Ramar Hawkins also out there on the offensive line for Oak Ridge as Chase Kimbrough takes it up the gut for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. Oak Ridge defense getting off the field there that time and seeing if the offense can come back to life here early in the second half.
Martin will drift off as a receiver to the left. The Wildcats have Jordan Graham and T. Higgins to the right of the quarterback, Johnny Stewart. Johnny rolls to his right, has some time, fires it deep down the field. There's the man. It's up for grabs. He makes the catch. First and 10, Oak Ridge. A nice reception by one of the smallest players on the field, Jordan Graham.
Jordan Graham, number 22, out of his A slot back position, runs a wheel route, which is when he takes off for the sideline like a flat route and then turns up down the sideline. Johnny Stewart throws a beautiful pass, and Jordan Graham hauls it in for a huge gain as Oak Ridge will have first and 10 in Farragut territory.
Ball's at the 30-yard line. The Wildcats on the march, trailing by 6. 16-10 our score early here in the third quarter. Johnny Stewart hands it off. Trey Jackson bounces to his right. Not a whole lot of yardage there. Moves the ball forward for a positive gain. It'll be somewhat, looks like perhaps a gain, just a few yards, but it'll be moving the chains, a gain forward. It'll be second down for Oak Ridge. Ball as they stop play momentarily. See what the officials elect to do here. As the Wildcats with a nice reception. I believe the longest reception probably of Jordan's, at least of that kind of reception. He's caught a short one and run a few yards, but he hasn't been able to make the long reception, and he was going against a taller back too.
He absolutely was. It was a great catch by Jordan Graham. Really couldn't even see him from our vantage point when he was hauling that catch in, and I think they've about got the problem situated here as Oak Ridge comes up to the line.
It'll be second down and about 5 yards to go. Johnny Stewart is the quarterback. Jackson in the backfield. Yeah, had a little trouble with the change there. They just never really moved him after the reception. Second down, 5 yards to go. Ball is at the 25-yard line of Farragut. Oak Ridge down 6, 16-10 as we play here in the third period. Johnny Stewart with a man in motion will once again try to move the ball forward. Not a whole lot of yardage there once again. The Wildcats running game has definitely been shut down by Farragut. Jordan Graham hardly any yardage at all.
Jordan Graham that time a little bit of a misdirection. Tries to go around the right edge. You know, last week against Dobbins Bennett, Oak Ridge had a clear speed advantage and got Jordan Graham to the outside. Not the case here so far tonight as Farragut has pretty much shut down Oak Ridge's outside running game.
Third down, 3 yards to go for the Wildcats. The ball is inside Admiral territory. Let's see if they look for T here. Johnny will roll to his right, might run it. Moves the ball up the field, has the first down. The 10 bank of Oak Ridge first down. You can hear the roar of the Wildcat crowd as the Wildcats will have it first down, 10 yards to go.
Johnny Stewart showing that it's not just his arm, and he is a load when he gets going, and he rumbles down for the first down for Oak Ridge. And Oak Ridge here with a nice defensive possession to start the half, and now they are on a drive.
Ball is at the 19-yard line of Farragut once again. First down, 10 yards to go. The 10 bank of Oak Ridge first down as the Wildcats come to the line once again. Johnny Stewart hasn't really run the ball that much this year, but that was a big play for the Wildcats. From the 19-yard line, Stewart rolls to his left, has some pressure, rolls to his left, looks, fires a pass. It's going to be Looked like perhaps a reception for a touchdown for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge scores in the corner right at the pylon. Kind of a delay because I wasn't sure he'd gotten into the end zone.
I know, I can't tell who it was yet, Dave. It may have been Caleb Martin on the touchdown reception. Johnny Stewart rolled out to his left, avoiding pressure, and finds a man at the pylon for a diving catch. Still not sure yet if it was Caleb Martin or T. Higgins, but the extra point is good, and Oak Ridge has taken the lead.
17-16, the Wildcats in the lead. We're at Blankenship Field here in the third quarter of this great ball game. A great rivalry between two East Tennessee powerhouses. We'll take a quick break, send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Blankenship Field with a kickoff following the 60-second timeout.
Do you have any idea?
As the Wildcats prepare to kick off, wearing their all-gray jerseys tonight. It looks almost black, actually, if you look down from a distance, but they are gray with white numerals, a little bit of cardinal. Farragut wearing their traditional white jerseys, silver pants, and, of course, the blue star on their helmet. The Oak Ridge band firing up the Oak Ridge crowd. Oak Ridge in the lead, trying to go 3-0 on the season, facing the number 5 ranked team in the state of Tennessee, the Farragut Admirals. The Wildcats are number 2, both teams undefeated at 2-0. Carson McGee makes his approach and drills it all the way to the goal line, picked up at around the 5 to the 10 to the 15-yard line, trying to get outside, and then a big, massive stick by the Wildcats as they drop him all the way back to around the, looks like around the, close to the 10-yard line, a little bit beyond that. It'll be for Farragut, first down, 10 yards to go. The Wildcats, Adarius Simpson there on the stop for the Wildcats, first down, 10 yards to go for the 15-yard line. It'll be Farragut coming to the line, the Wildcats in the lead. The score is 17-16, a typical Oak Ridge Farragut ball game. Fulton will hand it off to his back. Nope, he's going to run. He's going to be sacked behind the line of scrimmage by the Wildcats. Oak Ridge came in strong. Jacob Gross drops him for a big loss.
That Oak Ridge touchdown on the previous drive was caught by Caleb Martin for 14 yards. Jacob Gross with a big sack there, and Oak Ridge has really turned it back on here in the second half, Dave.
Second down, 16 yards to go for Fulton. Fulton hands it off, and the running back breaks down the sideline. I heard a whistle, but he's able to get positive yardage. Initially, it looked like he was bumped at the line of scrimmage, bounced off that initial tackle, and was able to get good yardage.
Yeah, Jacob Gross almost had him in the backfield there. That's Johnson once again off the right side. Picking up big yardage, but it will be third down and short. Looks to be about 3 or 4.
Kalen Thompson on the tackle on the previous play. Third down, about 3 yards to go. Quarterback Fulton looking back at Johnson, his lone running back. Receivers to the left and right. Johnson gets the call, hit it at the line of scrimmage, bounces forward, and he is going to be stopped for less than a first down. It'll be fourth down facing Farragut, very close to the sticks, but it should be fourth down, and let's see what they elect to do.
Yeah, nice gang tackling there by Oak Ridge as they swarmed to the football as Farragut backed up in their own territory. I would assume is putting the punt unit out onto the field, but I cannot tell yet.
Wildcats dropping back to receive the kick. T. Higgins standing back at the 40-yard line. We're on FM 92.7, prepradio.com. Third quarter. Scoreboard clock now working to our right as the Wildcats lead at 17-16 here in the third quarter. Here's the snap. The punt is away. High kick. Fair catch made by T at around the 42-yard line, and that is where Oak Ridge will take over. First down and 10 yards to go. So good defensive effort. Really, the good kick by Carson McGee kind of pinned them down there, and he was able to get it up to about the 10 or 15-yard line, but the defense held. Nice plays by the Wildcat defense. Oak Ridge offense has got to get going once again.
Absolutely. Some nice plays by Kalen Thompson and Jacob Gross on that drive. Oak Ridge has come out in the second half fired up with 2 quick defensive stops and 1 touchdown. We'll see if they can do it again here as they come back out to the line of scrimmage.
17-16, Oak Ridge in the lead. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the Wildcat 41-yard line. Trey Jackson, the running back, directly behind the quarterback, Johnny Stewart. In motion comes Jordan Graham. It'll be Graham moving the ball to the the hole, and just not a lot of yardage there. Maybe a yard, maybe two. Not a whole lot of yardage at all. Second down facing the Wildcats.
No, there's not much there for Jordan Graham. The Farragut defense doing a really good job of swarming to tackle him.
Berkey makes a stop for the Farragut Admirals. Oak Ridge, second down, 9 yards to go. Coach Wyatt signals in the play from the sideline. He is the offensive coordinator of the Wildcats. Wildcats head coach is Joe Gaddis, the all-time winningest coach in Wildcat history. Second down, 9 yards to go from the 42-yard line. And here's the play going to the right side. Down the field, T. Higgins rumbles down the sideline for a 10-bank of Oak Ridge. First down as the Wildcats, whenever they get down a little bit, they go to big number 5, and he's able to pick up a first down for the Wildcats. The Wildcats are on the move once again. So whatever Coach Gaddis said to the Wildcats, in particular the offense at halftime, it has been quite effective because the Wildcats have been able to move the ball down the field. This is their second drive of the third quarter. They put points on the board the last time they retake the lead. Johnny Stewart will pitch it to his right side to Jordan Graham. He bounces to the outside and dragged down after a modest gain for the Wildcats. It'll be for the Oak Ridge Wildcats a gain on the play. We'll call it, say, 5 yards, maybe a little bit beyond that. We'll call it second down and a long 3 to go for the Wildcats as the Wildcats come to the line. Looking at the sidelines once again. The ball is at the 26-yard line at Farragut. 17-16 Oak Ridge on top of the Admirals. Quarterback Johnny Stewart once again. Long count once again. Hands it off to Jackson. And Jackson is stuck right at the middle part of the line. It'll be short of a first down, although second effort was able to get him to move forward, but the whistle finally did blow. It'll be facing the Wildcats. Third down and just barely a half a yard or so.
Yeah, up the middle to Trey Jackson. The Farragut defense has been stout there in the middle all night, not allowing much between the tackles. Oak Ridge on another drive here, though, will bring up a third and short, very short, less than 1 yard.
We're in the third quarter. This one, 17-16 Oak Ridge. Johnny Stewart sneaks the ball forward for a 10-bank of Oak Ridge. First down for the Wildcats. Johnny Stewart is, he's kind of a big guy, kind of similar to Mike Underwood in size, and he was able to use his size to move the ball forward, and that is a 10-bank of Oak Ridge first down.
Yeah, Johnny Stewart's right at 6 foot, almost 200 pounds, and he is a load to bring down when he gets going. Does a nice job there of just falling forward for the first down.
Last week, the reason I said Mike Underwood, last week Mike wanted a shout out, and I wasn't able to get that through, so I got his name in tonight. First and 10 Oak Ridge. The Wildcats, Johnny Stewart once again. Okay. Wildcats moving towards Jackson Square. Here's a quick pass. It's going to be perhaps caught and not a whole lot of gain, if any. It's going to be actually incomplete. Caleb Martin was the intended receiver. It'll bring up second down and 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 20-yard line. We're in the third quarter. As I mentioned, the scoreboard to our right is not functioning, and time is hard to get as the Wildcats on the move here. Second down, 10 yards to go. The ball right at the 20-yard line. In motion comes Kimbrough. Handoff goes to Jackson. Wildcats just have not found anything up the middle.
And just for a reference point, this drive started with 5 minutes and 58 seconds left in the third quarter, but the Wildcats, as you said, cannot really get anything going up the middle. Farragut's defense really standing tall there.
This is kind of the way the game started. Oak Ridge totally dominated the first quarter. Hopefully, the Wildcats will continue the domination into the fourth quarter here. They have retaken the lead here, but now it's third down and long facing the Wildcats. And once again, Oak Ridge will pass. Johnny will dump it down the way, passes up for grabs. The man is there. Did he make the catch? He did not. Pass is incomplete to T. Higgins. And we're so used to seeing T make such spectacular catches. That time just couldn't come down with it.
He turns circus catches into routine catches, and that time, he leapt up there and goes for a one-handed grab and just can't quite bring it down with him to the ground as Oak Ridge will call out the field goal unit.
That's going to be a long one here. They'll put the block down. 27. He gets good leg, though. It's on its way. It's on target. It is up, and it is good. Wow. Carson McGee, 2 field goals in this ball game, and Oak Ridge extends their lead out to 20, now to 16. The Wildcats in the lead.
Yeah, I think that was about a 37-yard field goal, Dave. I'm not exactly sure of the yardage, but Carson McGee showing some leg. Oak Ridge with a 4-point lead now. Come out to play here in the second half.
2 minutes, 36 seconds to play. We're in the third quarter here at Blankenship Field on FM 92.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. Remember, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we will be awarding the Fox and Farley Friday Night Football Player of the Game. Stay tuned for that one, and there's a lot to choose from so far. Carson McGee might even be a possibility here.
He may be leading right now.
As the Wildcats kick off here, here's Carson's approach. Here's his kick. He drills it. It's going to go down to around the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and then kind of tripped up at around right at the 20-yard line. The Wildcats make the stop at that point. It'll be a flag dropped on the play. Kachoha around the stop for the Wildcats, amongst others. Kalen Thompson, and probably Adarius Simpson. He's usually around the play, and we'll have to check the officials here. The Wildcats in the lead, 20-16, as we broadcast here from Blankenship Field.
Yeah, Carson McGee, I've been so impressed with him the first 2 weeks, but he's just getting better every week, Dave. He's got 2 big field goals here tonight. I believe one was about a 34-yarder, now another 37-yarder. That was holding against Farragut as they will back up a little further to their own 10-yard line.
Farragut moving away from Jackson Square here. Fulton is their quarterback. Johnson in the backfield for the Admirals. Up to the line they'll come. Quarterback will run the ball, rumbles forward, and is belted. Dropped at around the 13-yard line. The Wildcats make the stop. Kind of not a fast quarterback. Kalen Thompson there on the stop for the Wildcats. Moves the ball up to the 13 indeed, where it'll be for the Admirals, second down as they come to the line.
Yeah, and Kalen Thompson had him wrapped around the legs, and Adarius Simpson lowered the boom there to finish it off.
Once again, here's a run by Johnson, I believe. Moves the ball across the 20 up to the 23-yard line. Stopped at that point as he moves the ball. Kalen Thompson again on the stop for the Wildcats.
He's been everywhere tonight.
Kalen's another young guy that's and he's a good running back too. In the scrimmage over at the University of Tennessee, he had an outstanding scrimmage against Seymour. Up to the line, Farragut. Once again, third down, a big explosion to the line, moving the ball close to the 30, and he's across the 30, up to the 32. It's that second effort that got him what appears to be the first down. Johnson, a fine run.
Yeah, that was a fine run. He really surged through the line of scrimmage there, cut it back against the grain a little bit, and just dragging guys to get that first down. Mon Johnson really impressing here so far tonight. He's a powerful runner.
First down, 10 yards to go for Farragut. So they come to the line. The ball's at the 32-yard line, almost to the end of the third quarter here. Fulton will pass, floats it down the way. Pass is incomplete. A little bit high, and Jarrett Miner was defending there for the Wildcats, and he was about to get the boom lowered on him, but the pass was incomplete.
Yeah, Jarrett Miner was ready to take number 4, Davis Simmons, out. The ball a little high, maybe lucky for him.
Second down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the Farragut 32-yard line. Harden back in the backfield for Fulton. The quarterback, he's going to roll to his left, lowers his shoulder, and just moves the ball to around the 35-yard line. It'll be third down facing the Admirals at that point. What a strange game it's been. It's been a tale of quarters for sure, as we've been mentioning throughout the course of the game. They did their best work through the air, but they have elected here recently to go to the ground game.
Kind of unexplainable, but the first and third have definitely gone to Oak Ridge here so far.
Once again, they're going to run the ball, and once again they break through, but not far enough. Well, it's pretty close, right at the 41-yard line. Cooper Harden once again carries the ball. The Wildcats make the stop by Adarius Simpson, along with Chase Kimbrough. Ball's at the 41-yard line. It'll be second down, 4 yards to go. Ball's at the 41-yard line. Up to the line they'll come. Once again, Fulton. Wildcats showing blitz. Here's Fulton wanting to pass. In trouble. Fires one down the way. Incomplete. We might have No flags here. I guess is incidental contact there because the big tight end looked like he might have just tangled his legs up. It's going to be incomplete. Third down, 4 yards to go.
Yeah, Oak Ridge's defender there looked as if he was trying to play the football. He wasn't face guarding or anything like that. Incidental contact. That big tight end, number 87, Jacob Warren, has made his presence felt here tonight. It'll be third down for the Admirals.
From the 40-yard line of Farragut, once again, Coach Courtney with the play. Gives it to Fulton, and Johnson has it as well. He's the running back alongside. Here comes the quarterback running, moving the ball forward up to the 45-yard line, and that is enough for a Farragut first down. So I guess what they've elected to do is just pound it out here, and they're getting yardage, so why not?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Farragut really took off in the second quarter there with their passing attack, but here in the third quarter pretty much exclusively on the ground, and they are moving the football. They're approaching midfield.
And that's going to be the final play of the third quarter as the final seconds tick down. We have played 3 quarters of football here at Blankenship Field on FM 92.7 on the Fox and Farley Friday Night Football edition of Wildcat Football. Oak Ridge on top of Farragut 20-16, and we'll be back with the fourth and final quarter following this 60-second timeout. 20-16, Oak Ridge in the lead. Opening play of the fourth quarter as Farragut comes to the line. Once again, the ball is at the 46-yard line. Lon Johnson, as Tyler mentioned earlier, has done a good job as Fulton, the quarterback, moves the ball forward and carries a load across the way. They're just trying to just get going, and they pick up a first down.
Well, they're chewing up some yardage, chewing up some clock, and Adam Fulton there. We've seen him run more here on this drive than we have all game, and he's showing what he can do. The Admirals have moved to the 46-yard line, approaching midfield.
First down, 10 yards to go. They are heading towards Jackson Square. Just opening moments of the fourth and final quarter. The Wildcats saw themselves fall behind 16-10, but now lead 20-16. Fulton, first down, 10 yards to go. At quarterback, drops back to pass. Little pressure, fires one deep down the field, incomplete. A little bit overthrown, in fact, a lot overthrown. It'll be second down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, Fulton airmailed that when he dropped back. Had a little bit of time, but pressure was bearing down as he released it, and he just sailed it past his receiver, who had a step on the Oak Ridge defender, but nothing doing. It'll be second down for the Admirals as the Oak Ridge defense is looking for a stop here.
Second down, 10 yards to go from the 41-yard line. 2 receivers split to the right of the quarterback. Fulton rolls to his right towards the Oak Ridge sideline. Wants to run it. Moves the ball forward. Blasted by Jacob Gross, I believe. Down after a gain, a pretty good gain as he moves the ball forward. Still going to be third down facing Farragut. He's a tough kind of sucker. That is number 19. I was about to say that I couldn't quite see the way his number was. I'd like to thank Ben Thomas for helping us out with our broadcast today with some logistical work we got him to do today along with Lewis Electric. It'll be third down facing the Wildcats. Handoff goes, and there's not a lot of yardage there. And it'll be short of a first down. It'll be fourth down facing Farragut.
Yeah, and across the 50 here, I'd be interested to see what they do. I got a feeling Coach Courtney may try and go for this one on fourth and short. I could be wrong.
Looks like we have an injured Wildcat down on the field, so we'll have an official's timeout while they attend to the injured player. Why don't we send it back to Brian Bennett? 20-16, Oak Ridge on top. We've got exactly 10 minutes and 43 seconds to play here in the ball game. We'll take a break. We'll be back to Blankenship Field in 30 seconds. Here, fourth down, 2 yards to go. Ball at the 46-yard line. The Oak Ridge crowd making a lot of noise, making sure they don't fake it. We'll see what they're going to do. Here's the snap. He's going to punt it. Gets it away. It's high, very long. It's going to be an over-the-shoulder catch made by Oak Ridge. And wow, T made it inside the 5-yard line. So might have should have let that one go to see, I think, what's the old rule?
The standard rule, put your feet at the 10-yard line. If it's over your head, let it go.
Yeah, well, T that time, maybe he wasn't aware where he was, but Wildcats, it's a good punt by Farragut. It'll be first and 10. The ball's at the 5-yard line. We are in the fourth quarter here at Blankenship Field. Appreciate you listening to our broadcast, the Fox and Farley Friday Night Football edition of Wildcat Football here. We appreciate Fox and Farley being our one of our sponsors along with our others. We hope you'll go by each and every one of our sponsors and tell them you appreciate them getting Oak Ridge football on the air. First down, 10 yards to go from the 5-yard line. Handoff, misdirection, moving the ball for a gain of about 2. As the Wildcats trying to get some blocking up front. Chase Kimbrough, senior, had an outstanding career at Jefferson. Primarily as a Wildcat has been a defensive guy, but getting a little bit more chances to play offense this season.
Yeah, he absolutely is. He's been a standout at the linebacker safety position for us the past couple of years. He came in there on that fold, kind of toss trap play up the middle there and able to pick up about 3 yards.
Johnny Stewart under center once again. Second down, 7. Back to pass, floats it high, long. There's the man, but the pass is overthrown, incomplete. I tell you, if T. Higgins gets under that, that's 6 points down the other way, but just a little bit overthrown.
And T. Higgins just on a straight go route down the home sideline there, had his man absolutely toasted, but Johnny Stewart not able to put enough air under the ball for T to quite catch up, and Oak Ridge will have a third down coming.
The ball is at their own 7-yard line, so you don't want to make any mistakes right here and give Farragut a short field, but Wildcats desperately need a first down here. The ball is at the 7-yard line. Third down, 7 yards to go. Johnny's going to pass again, rolls to his right, fires the pass across the middle. Pass is going to be caught right at the 15-yard line, and it is a catch, and the Wildcats have it. First down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, great catch there by Caleb Jackson. Johnny Stewart rolling to his right, throws it back across his body to Caleb Jackson on the hash mark, and Caleb Jackson just able to get his hands underneath it so that it wasn't pinned on the ground, and it'll be first down Oak Ridge as they move out of that hole that they were put in by the great punt by Farragut.
Ball is at the 21-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Oak Ridge once again. Jackson comes in motion. Handoff goes up the middle. There's a big hole. Across the 30 yards goes Jordan Graham. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Ridge. Jordan Graham takes it to the house.
Well, there you go, Dave. We wondered where Jordan Graham was. There's Jordan Graham, about 79 to 80 yards right there on that one. Jordan Graham, the misdirection play, takes it off the right side, and he was gone. Oak Ridge now leads 26-16.
9 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the ball game. Back to a 10-point lead. The Wildcats trying to up that with Carson McGee. Reedy to hold. The Wildcats in the lead. Here's the hold, the snap. The kick is on its way. It's up, and the kick is good. The Wildcats up by 11 points now over the Farragut Admirals. 27-16 our score, and we'll be back with the Downtown Hard Work kickoff following this 60-second timeout. Maybe I can get you a discount at Volunteer CrossFit with Tim Youngkin.
I think I'll pass. Tim's a great guy. I know Tim. I went to school with his brother Steve, but I'll leave the CrossFit to the skinny guys, Dave.
Here comes the kickoff for the Wildcats. This high driving kick by Carson McGee, fielded at the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, up the field to the 25, to the 30, up to the 33-yard line. Just kind of drag people along. Pretty good field position, a nice return. Davis on the return for Farragut, and back out on the field will come the Admirals. The Wildcats with an 11-point lead here. Still a lot of time to go in this one.
Yeah, Davis Simmons with a nice return there. There is quite a bit of time left, Dave. Just over 9 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Oak Ridge, though, it has been all them here in the second half, and their defense looks to continue that trend as Adam Fulton comes back out for the Admirals.
Starting at the 32-yard line, his own this time. He's going to pass across the waist. Pass is caught across the 50-yard line. It's the big man once again rumbling down to the 40. Nice quick pass that time. Nice play by Farragut.
Yeah, and that looked to me kind of like a read option with a pass as well. It could have just been a straight play action, but the Farragut QB puts the ball in the running back's gut, sees the tight end on the dump play just right up the seam, wide open, and dumps it off to him for a big gain.
Warren once again on the reception. The ball is at the Oak Ridge 40. Fulton rolls to his right once again. Fires the pass in the flat. It's going to be caught, and then the tackle is made immediately at around the 36-yard line. Stop is made out there by Oak Ridge. You know, Farragut tried to establish a running game in the third quarter, and really the Wildcats were able to capitalize. They weren't able to do much. The Wildcats were able to put points on the board and take the lead back. Now Farragut going back to the air once again, moving the football.
Well, the passing game's what got Farragut the lead in the second quarter. It was hard for me to understand why they went exclusively to the ground game there in the third quarter, but it looks like they have gone back. That's 2 straight completions, and they're moving the football.
Play is halted once again. The Admirals, ball inside the Oak Ridge 40-yard line. The ball is at the 37. They're heading towards the Jackson Square end of Blankenship Field. Adam Fulton once again, quarterback, looks over to Coach Courtney and his staff, his offensive staff. Once again, he's got Johnson in the backfield. Johnson has the play. They've got one receiver split to the right, one to the left, and it's going to be Fulton to pass across the way. Pass is caught once again, and it's going to be a completion up to around the 25-yard line before Adarius Simpson makes the stop for the Wildcats. And the Admirals are on the move here, down 11.
Well, I tell you, Adarius Simpson shot in there like a missile on that play, Dave, and was trying to jar the ball free, but credit the Farragut receiver. He came down with it, and the Admirals are inside the 30 of the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
From the 26-yard line, this time Johnson gets the call. Johnson runs into his own man, and that kind of slowed him down just enough for the Wildcats to make the stop. He's quite a load, Johnson is, and he picks up positive yardage.
And Amon Johnson is a powerful runner for the Admirals. He comes off the left side of the center there, up the middle. If he was not impeded by his own man, he may have gotten a bigger gain, but the Wildcats able to drag him down, and it'll be second and about 5.
Jacob Gross there on the stop for the Wildcats, amongst others. Cooper Harden back in the ball game as a running back. Up to the line, Farragut once again from the shotgun. Fulton wants to pass, looks deep, fires it to the left side, pass is incomplete. And there's going to be pass interference against the Wildcats. There was some contact right around the pylon down there, and I believe they're going to get them for some kind of defensive penalty against the Wildcats.
Yeah, Farragut was able to get a linebacker on one of their players. As you know, there is some question as to whether that ball was catchable or not, but there was definitely contact there, and it looks like Oak Ridge is going to be penalized.
It's a big penalty for Farragut. Oak Ridge on top, 27-16. It is pass interference against Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge fans
not happy,
showing their displeasure as the penalty yardage is stepped off inside the 20-yard line, and the official will officially put it down at the 11 so they can pick up another first down inside the 1-yard line. So it is not first and goal, it is first and 10. The ball is at the Wildcat 11-yard line. Wildcat defense has been stout here in the second half. Need a stop right here. First and 10. Fulton rolls to his right, looks, runs, fires, pass is incomplete. Pretty good defense that time by the Wildcats. Just couldn't quite hold on to it. It'll bring up second down, 10 yards to go.
Darius Simpson on the coverage there for the Wildcats does a nice job of making sure that catch is not brought in by the Admiral receiver. The Farragut Admirals will come back to the ball, second and 10 from the 11-yard line.
You're listening to the Fox and Farley Friday Night Football edition, and what a great game we've had tonight. The Wildcats in the lead here. We're in the fourth quarter. Handoff goes. Nope, it's going to be the quarterback to run it. Moves the ball forward and is tackled at around the 5-yard line. So it'll be third down and about 4 yards to go. I thought he was going to hand it off, but then saw a massive hole open up on the right side and picked up a good gain just outside the 5-yard line. It'll be third down, 4 yards to go.
Yeah, Adam Fulton there with the token fake. He drops back to pass and sees such a huge hole off to his right that he just takes off and picks up about 5 or 6 yards.
Third down, 4 yards to go. The ball is at the 5-yard line. 27-16, Oak Ridge on top, fourth quarter. Action here at Blankenship Field. Adam Fulton drops back to pass all day. Fires a pass at the end zone. It's incomplete. It hits the ground first, bounces up. He couldn't make the reception. It'll be fourth down and 4 yards to go.
Looking for Davis Simmons there over in the corner of the end zone by the pylon, just unable to get his hands underneath the ball. It was a bullet thrown by Adam Fulton. It will be third down here for the Admirals.
I believe it's fourth down.
Oh, it is fourth down. You're right, Dave.
And they're going to bring the kick. I was wondering if Coach Courtney, they need the points. I mean, if they don't score here, they needed the points, and they are going to bring the field goal unit in. They'll put the block down at the 13-yard line. It's a 23-yard kick. The kick is on its way. It's angling to the right, but it is up and good. So the Admirals score 3 more, and the Wildcat lead is cut to 27-19. And we always appreciate our sponsors here. 6:40 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge in the lead, 27-19. What a game!
Oh, what a game it's been, back and forth. The fans have definitely gotten their money's worth tonight, and Farragut needed some points there, went for the field goal. It's now an 8-point game.
Here comes the kick by Farragut. It's high, long kick. It's going to go in and out of the end zone. That'll be a touchback. So the Wildcats will have it first down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 20-yard line. Wildcats need a long drive here. They have the lead by 8, which is good, obviously, but they need to have a long, time-consuming drive and take this one to the house and get a victory over Farragut.
And right now, this is the most important drive of the ball game if you're the Wildcats. Can you chew up some clock the way you did in the first quarter and the third quarter? And the Wildcats probably going to look to their running game here, maybe some play action, but very important to drive the football, take up some time, and if you can get some points on the board and ice this thing, it would be really big for the Wildcats.
Johnny Stewart at quarterback, 1st and 10, hands it off to Chase Kimbrough. Kimbrough has a big hole, moves the ball forward, slung down at around the 30-yard line. Let's see if they give him enough for a first down. The Oak Ridge fans, I think, wanted some kind of a penalty. It was just a hard tackle.
Oh, it was.
Chase Kimbrough is such a tough kid. He's not going to want a penalty right there. Well, he wants that first down.
And I don't know what the flag can possibly be. There was no face mask. He didn't grab him around the jersey. He just slung him down around the top. The officials are conferring here. I don't see what the penalty was.
It's going to be shy of a first down by about a half a yard. Unless they call some kind of a horse collar. I just didn't see it, honestly. They are going to step off. Well, they're going to re-spot it down, and they're going to indeed penalize Farragut.
And that's a big penalty there on the Admirals. I mean, Oak Ridge gains a lot of field position there. I think they spotted off 15 yards, Dave.
Farragut penalized. The Farragut fans not at all happy. Horse collar tackle, and he did sling him down. Chase is not a big guy. He's very strong and muscular, but he's not a very big guy, so he didn't weigh a whole lot. But it looked really worse than it probably was.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he slung him down, like I said, around the top half of his body, but I did not see him grab the jersey of Chase Kimbrough.
From the 45-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. A 10-bank of Oak Ridge first down on that play. After the penalty, a big hole again for the Wildcats. Closed up just as quickly as it opened. Moving the ball forward is Jordan Graham. Jordan with a big touchdown run just moments ago. Of course, we'll have the scoring summary of the ball game. We'll have the statistics. We'll have some interviews down on the field, and we'll have Coach Gaddis as well after the ball game. Hopefully, he'll be talking about an Oak Ridge win because he hates Farragut. I mean, I'll just say it. He hates them. Not the people. Probably he's worked with them. He coached there, but he hates losing to Farragut. Let me phrase it that way.
Oh, absolutely.
Up to the line will come Oak Ridge. Kimbrough comes in motion once again. Johnny will hand it off once again forward for a gain of a few yards. Moving the ball forward on second down, Jordan Graham. And he'll carry the ball forward across the midfield stripe. It's down at around the 46-yard line. Let's see where they officially put it down. It'll be third down and about 2 yards to go. Under 5 minutes to play in the ball game here at Blankenship Field. And exactly what we talked about. They need a long, time-consuming drive. Third down, 2 yards to go.
Absolutely. Jordan Graham on the toss trap there, back off the right side of the center, showing what he can do up the middle there too. He's not, for as small as he is not a weak ball carrier.
Johnny Stewart moves the ball forward, and that is a 10-bank of Oak Ridge first down as he brings the ball forward. And we've got exactly 4 minutes, 45 seconds to play in the ball game, and the Wildcats lead at 27-19. Stuart Dorman doing an outstanding job with our camera work tonight.
He absolutely is. A big thank you to Stuart up there behind the camera, and Oak Ridge with another first down. Exactly what the doctor ordered here. They moved across midfield, and Oak Ridge is just milking this clock.
Ball's at the Farragut 43-yard line. The Wildcats grinding it out here against the Admirals. Johnny Stewart will pitch it outside to Jordan Graham, 43. 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. He has green grass in front of him, not quite able to get into the end zone, but he is out of bounds right at around the 10-yard line. Jordan Graham showing that speed.
Absolutely. Jordan Graham with a toss off the right side, doing what he does, finding that edge, just barely pulled down by Braden Collins of the Admirals at around the 10-yard line. And Oak Ridge is on the move again, Dave.
The Wildcats trying to put that insurance touchdown back on the board, just get some points back. It's a one-possession ball game right now, an 8-point lead for the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge content to work as much time off the clock as they possibly can. Of course, they want some points if they can get them. Trey Jackson, the running back directly behind the quarterback. In motion will come Kimbrough. Handoff goes to Kimbrough. He moves the ball across the 5, down to around the 4-yard line. The Wildcats trying to get this victory over the Admirals. The Wildcats lead the all-time series 29-12, but Farragut has won 8 of the last 10, believe it or not.
Oh, man, and the Oak Ridge would desperately love a nice victory here to move to 3-0 on the season, and a big victory over their rivals. Farragut, Chase Kimbrough there with the carry up the middle. You know, he doesn't get loose very often because most of his carries do come up the middle, but he's a tough little runner, Dave.
Second down goal to go from the 5-yard line. In motion once again. Here comes the pitch to Kimbrough, and that time he not as much running room, was able to bounce off. I told you he's tough. He's able to bounce off a couple guys and get positive yardage. It looked like he was going to lose about 2. Was able to bounce off 2 guys, fall back to the original line of scrimmage where it'll be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, Chase Kimbrough with the toss off the left side there. Nothing doing, makes a cut, spins and falls forward. Oak Ridge will have it on the 5-yard line, trying to punch in that insurance score, as you said, Dave.
Wildcats, Caleb Martin comes back in the ball game. He's a receiver. He'll split out to the right. The Wildcats have Jackson, Graham, and Kimbrough in the backfield. Johnny Stewart, 3rd down. Goal to go from the 5-yard line. He'll pass. Floats it. T. Higgins up for grabs. He can't make the catch. It's incomplete. On the sidelines, Oak Ridge fans are so used to the ball going up to T and him coming down with it. They were cheering loudly, but it's out of bounds, incomplete, and it's 4th down, goal to go. And once again, Carson McGee, who has 2 field goals already in the ball game, this is a big one, trying to make it a 2-possession ball game.
Boy, this is a huge field goal, Dave. And you know, T. Higgins, credit the Farragut corners. They've done a nice job on him tonight, and he's just not been able to come down with those circus catches that he makes look so easy on a regular basis.
Reedy to hold. McGee's kick is on its way. It's up, and it is good. What a big kick. Carson McGee, 3 field goals in the ball game, and he is a big candidate for our Fox and Farley player of the game. The Wildcats, more importantly, have that 3 points back and once again lead by 11, 30-19. 2 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the ball game. The Wildcats trying to make it 3-0 on the year. Farragut was undefeated coming into this game as well. We'll see how the final 2:43 plays out. We'll take a quick timeout. Send it back to Brian Bennett. 30-19 Oak Ridge. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And here's the kick by Carson McGee. And the kick is away. It's high, end over end kick. Fielded at the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And then a big, big stick knocked down at the 20-yard line. Big, big play by Oak Ridge to give the Admirals the ball. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Adarius Simpson once again on a special teams tackle. It'll be 1st and 10. Farragut back to an 11-point game.
Well, and here you go, Oak Ridge defense. This is right where you want to be. 11-point lead, 2.5 minutes left in the game. Can you come up with that one big stop? And Oak Ridge will try and do that here as Farragut takes the field.
They've got to throw the ball down 11 points here from the 22-yard line, moving right to left here. Fulton the quarterback. Johnson back in at running back, and he's going to straight drop the pass. Fires one out to the right side. Pass is incomplete. Ball is intended out there to number 4. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go for the Farragut Admirals here. The Wildcats on top of Farragut. Something that Coach Gaddis told the Wildcats on Wednesday in the practice. He said, and I probably shouldn't actually say what he said, but he was basically saying Farragut doesn't respect you because they've beaten you so much. Let's change that tonight. And the Wildcats, this team is trying to do that. It'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Fulton rolls to his right, trying to hit the corner, fires a pass. It's going to be incomplete. Or was it complete? Couldn't tell. Right at the 30-yard line. Might have been caught at the 30. My eyesight's not as good as it used to be there, Tyler.
It was
Trent.
complete, Dave.
It was complete, and right at the 30, and that's still going to be shy of a first down. It should be about 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Ball at the 30-yard line, ticking it on down here. Under 2 minutes to play in the ball game. The Wildcats in the lead. Here's Johnson getting the carry, eludes the first wave of tacklers and breaks into the open field. Across midfield to the 40, to the 35, and then T. Higgins, I think, drops him at around the 25-yard line, but he's not really fast, but he got into the open field and just outdid the Wildcats, and the Admirals are still alive here.
Yeah, Mon Johnson there took it off the left side, made one big cut and made a few defenders miss, and then took it down the right side a long way to the 25-yard line before T. Higgins tracked him down.
First down, 10 yards to go. Once again, they'll run the ball. This time, no place to go. He is dropped in the backfield. Kendall Clark for the Wildcats. Haven't called his name out much tonight, but it's a big, big play in the ball game.
Absolutely. That was Cooper Harden on the carry for the Wildcats, and Kendall Clark, the do-it-all linebacker for the Wildcats, makes a huge play and drops him for a loss at about the 26-yard line.
Second down, 11 yards to go in the ball game. The Wildcats in the lead here by 11. Quarterback Fulton once again will pass, drops straight across the way, pass is caught inside the 15-yard line, pushed back at that point. But we're Farragut running out of time here as we're getting down to close to the 1 minute mark in the ball game.
Yeah, Chase Kimbrough on the tackle there, number 23, Braden Collins on the reception. Great pass there by Adam Fulton. He threaded it between a safety and a linebacker on the slant route, and Farragut will come to the ball.
From the 14-yard line, he straight drops once again, fires it to a man out there, pass is bounced up incomplete. He was open at the 3-yard line, so wide open. The Wildcats a little bit slow coming over there, but the pass was poor, and it's incomplete.
Well, that was that deep out route again, and some of the Wildcats have struggled with that deep out route, and Farragut, unfortunately for them, just can't complete it. It'll be, is it 3rd or 4th down, Dave? Is it 2nd? I don't know.
Up to the line, come the Wildcats. Ball's at the 14-yard line. Fulton, straight drop, in trouble, runs, moves the ball forward to the 5. Boom! He's blasted down at the 4-yard line. Wasn't a boom big stick yet, but the stop is made at the 4-yard line. And Darius Simpson there on the stop. It'll be first down, goal to go for the Admirals at that point. Waning seconds of the ball game. The Wildcats, of course, just like last week, or I guess it was last week, the onside kick kind of to secure things. If Farragut gets in the end zone here, they're still in the ball game with an onside kick opportunity, and now they're going to call a timeout. Let's take a quick timeout. Oak Ridge in the lead over Farragut. We'll be back to see what the Admirals can do right after this 60-second timeout.
3rd and 2 from the 5.
50.8 seconds to play. Quarterback hands it off to Johnson. He's hit at the goal line. Takes it in for what appears to be a Farragut touchdown. And Amon Johnson, it is a touchdown for the Farragut Admirals. Just under 50 seconds to play, and they'll probably go for 2.
I would imagine they're down 11 points right now. The 2-point conversion would bring them within a field goal, Dave.
And indeed, they'll keep the offense out on the field. The Wildcats holding on here. The lead has been cut once again. Touchdown for the Admirals. The play is signaled in. Johnson, the running back, going for 2 of the Farragut Admirals. And once again, whistles blow. Let's see if a timeout was asked for. Not sure if they've spotted things. Now they're ready. Farragut going for 2. And Wildcats showing pressure. Here's the snap. The quarterback runs. He is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 points, no good. The Wildcats drop him, and the 2-point conversion try fails. Not much time left. Onside kick upcoming.
Yeah, onside kick upcoming, as we talked about a little bit earlier. Farragut known for their special teams. Yeah, the defense has been a little bit of the bend but don't break variety, but they have so far this season done just enough to secure the victory, and we'll see if that good hands team right here, the Coach Saunders special teams, can come up with a big play.
30-25 our score. Here's that kick. It takes a high bounce, and Kendall Clark comes up with it, and that's the guy you want with it. That time that I I call him the ball hawk all the time. They kicked it right to him that time. He didn't have to go far. He recovers the onside kick, and the Wildcats can just take a couple knees here.
Well, and I'm pretty certain Kendall Clark recovered the onside kick last week as well. I talked to him after the game last week, and boy, I'll tell you what, he was exhausted, Dave. But he told me he just has a nose for the football. He had to grow up that way, being the younger brother of Zach Clark. And he had to go get the ball if he wanted it when he was playing with Zach and his older brothers, and he credits that to what gets him around the football so much. But Oak Ridge now, with very little time remaining, can just kneel on this thing.
Yes, the Wildcats can close this one out, leading by 5, 30-25. The Wildcats running a play here, handing it off, moving the ball forward for a gain up to around midfield. And the play will be stopped there, and timeout asked for by Farragut. Oak Ridge student section singing quite loudly across the way as the Wildcats will take a knee here, and that'll be the case. Johnny does take that knee finally, and then shoved back hard by one of the Admirals. The Wildcats have it, 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Once again, they'll take the knee. Farragut cannot stop the clock, and Johnny will take a little time off the clock and go down at the 45-yard line. And that should pretty much do it here from Blankenship Field. The Wildcats are going to come away with a 30-25 victory over the Farragut Admirals. The Wildcats will up their record to 3-0, and they'll head to Anderson County here at Blankenship Field next week against the Mavericks after defeating the Farragut Admirals tonight here at Blankenship 30-25.
Thanks, guys. We're down here with kicker Carson McGee, Brett Beeler, about 5-6 years ago, then Brandon Nickel, all the way up all 4 years until last year. You're the next in the line of great kickers at Oak Ridge. First off, congratulations on the win, but what was going through your mind on your very first field goal attempt of your career tonight? I had to call a timeout because everybody wasn't ready. Did that put a little pressure as you walked out there for your first try?
No, all I could think about was just those reps in practice, and it's just going through the motions. Good hold, good snap. Everybody blocked well. Easy to just well done kick.
Interesting that you compliment your blockers and everyone, because as in any phase as in any part of football, rather, in any part of the game, it's not just the person who's got the ball at that moment. Now, you didn't just hit your first, you hit your first, second, and third of your career tonight. Congratulations on that. And boy, what a difference it makes. 5-point game at the end. You contributed 9 of those 30 points. How does that feel, knowing that, even though the previous 2 games it wasn't necessarily needed, but tonight, for the first time in your career, you really...
It feels great to just come in clutch and put the team on my back, basically, and help everybody out. But I know anybody else was giving their all, and it just made it a lot easier for me.
All right, thanks. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.